Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, June 24th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening this week in America. The January 6th committee suspends hearings until July. Research shows most journalists live in a fantasy world. The country's foreign-born population reaching an all-time high. Folks rank their favorite fast food restaurants. Also ahead, update listeners sound off. But first, the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot, delaying the next round of hearings until July. Very few people watching. Said a spokesperson for the panel, quote, "The Select Committee continues to receive additional evidence relevant to our investigation," unquote. Well, so far, the evidence presented by the January 6th committee is not compelling many people to pay attention. A poll from Pew says a massive rift exists between the media and the public. 65% of reporters believe they do a good job. Most Americans hold the opposing point of view. 65% of voters think reporters do a bad job. Analysts blame the gap on where journalists live. 9 in 10 national reporters reside full-time in the New York City or Washington, D.C. area, which, of course, are very liberal places. New study shows 46 million foreign nationals now live in the USA, the highest on record. 14% of our entire population born outside the country, the most since the massive migration waves of the early 20th century. 67 million people in the USA right now speak a language other than English. Spanish, number one, followed by Chinese, Vietnamese, Arabic, and French. A survey from the American Consumer Satisfaction Index ranks the nation's favorite fast food places. The restaurants are judged by sales, cleanliness, repeat business, online reviews. Top 5 in America: Domino's Pizza, Subway, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and the number one fast food place, McDonald's. That business sells 2.4 billion Big Macs every year. That's 4,000 cheeseburgers every minute of the day. But not in Russia. McDonald's has pulled out of there. In a moment, update listeners have their say. Right back. Food shortages on the rise. We all need a reliable place to get food for our families, right? GoodRanchers.com is that place. Good Ranchers is the perfect meat delivery service. Good Ranchers is giving away 2 free 18-ounce prime center-cut ribeyes. They are USDA prime, 100% American, steakhouse quality cuts of beef. Other places will charge you more than $50 for steak like that. Today, you can get 2 ribeyes free from Good Ranchers with code BILL. They deliver the best of American farms and ranches to your door. So please make sure you take time today to go to goodranchers.com/bill or use code BILL at checkout. That's 2 free 18-ounce ribeyes. Start summer off right with Good Ranchers, American meat delivered. It's a great deal. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Listeners sound off. We do this each Friday. You can reach me, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. Shelby, El Paso, Texas. Bill, while I'm in agreement with you about most everything, I am unable to understand your inability to see the real problem with Donald Trump. It was his intention to have Vice President Pence take our nation into a constitutional crisis by a blatantly unconstitutional act. You can love the Constitution or Donald Trump. Well, I love the Constitution, but I harshly criticize Donald Trump for his attacks on Vice President Pence. You may remember that, Shelby. That was unacceptable to me. but I do not define the former president by that one act. I believe he is blinded by the light of the 2020 election. He sincerely believes it was a fraud. That is his constitutional right. He can believe that. But he's done some questionable things in that arena. You are correct. He should not have done that with Mike Pence. Glenn, Willowick, Ohio. Bill just came home from a 3,000-mile, 2-month RV trip. Cost $3,000 in gas. However, we cannot afford to stop the 18% gas freeze on the federal tax. Most of the roads I was on were atrocious. Yeah, Glenn. And we've had that tax for what? 30 years? 50 years? Why are the roads, the interstate highways, so bad? So maybe the government want to look into that. Hey, Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation, Glenn is right. But we have to suspend the gas tax for a few months. Drew, Wickenburg, Arizona. Bill, is there corruption in the Supreme Court? Not that I know of. I mean, some of the justices are ideological on both sides. That means they usually vote their political beliefs, and that should not happen. But that's not corruption. That is a misguided view of their duty. Corruption in the Supreme Court? I have never seen it. Finally, Mike is in Fort Myers, Florida. What are Michelle Obama's qualifications that would make her a good candidate for president? Well, I don't know if Michelle Obama would be a good candidate, but she was First Lady for 8 years, and she did advise her husband, Barack Obama, on policy. You could ask the same question about Donald Trump. What were his qualifications for running for president? He never held office before. And Mr. Trump did a pretty darn good job, particularly on the economy, when he was president. So Michelle Obama, well, I don't know where else the Democrats go, and I don't know if she wants to do it anyway. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I put that message together and approved it. And if you would like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. You will like it there. Also, I hope you consider my new book, Killing the Killers, great summer read. In a moment, something you might not know.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. On this day, 1908, the 22nd and 24th President of the United States died in Princeton, New Jersey. The Democrat remains the only chief executive to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Here is the story of Grover Cleveland. Born in 1837, Grover first worked as a lawyer before becoming mayor of Buffalo. Then he was elected governor of New York and then became president in 1885. His first term was plagued by scandal. He publicly admitted paying child support to a woman, claiming that Grover had fathered her child out of wedlock. The 48-year-old president then married a 21-year-old college student. Grover Cleveland lost his re-election in 1888 despite winning the popular vote. He was defeated by Benjamin Harrison in the Electoral College by a tally of 233 to 168. But Grover wasn't done. 4 years later, he launched another bid for the White House, this time defeating Harrison with the popular vote and in the Electoral College. Cleveland's second term began with the worst financial crisis in the country's history other than the Great Depression. The so-called Panic of 1893 began with a railroad bankruptcy, then bank failures, a nationwide credit crisis, and a stock market crash. Unemployment rose to 19%. A series of strikes crippled the coal and transportation sectors. The economic situation is ranked the worst, as I said, except for the Great Depression in the 1930s. After leaving the White House in 1897, Grover Cleveland retired to his home in Princeton, New Jersey. There he died of a heart attack at the age of 71 on June 24, 1908. His final words, quote, "I have tried so hard to do right," unquote. And here's something else you might not know. The ghost of Grover Cleveland could return in 2024. Cleveland, as we stated, narrowly lost re-election, but then ran again and won 4 years later. Might this be a blueprint for Donald Trump? Because Mr. Trump certainly wants to run again. And if he wins, he would be the second president serving non-consecutive terms. Back after this. Are you struggling with home odors you want to eliminate? Maybe a litter box for the family pet? Maybe you just want your home to smell fresher. Our new sponsor, Eden Pure, recently sent me the Thunderstorm Air Purifier, and I put it in a few rooms in my house. The best-selling Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier uses proven oxy technology that quickly destroys viruses, odors, and mold. With the powerful Thunderstorm, you will never breathe dirty air again. And there's no filter to buy. It doesn't take up much floor space, and you plug it directly into the wall. You can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack when you go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code BILL. That's right, save $200 on 3 Thunderstorm purifiers, and shipping is free. Please visit EdenPureDeals.com, discount code BILL. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.